Alright, Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, who rule well. Please say, take your brother, reflect, pushing his word of truth and sincerity. Alright, this video here is Judgment Knows No Age Limit. Or Judgment from the Lord Knows No Age Limit. Alright, so based on this article here, something happened a couple days ago, or whatever. It says a 4-year-old boy fatally shot inside vehicle in Westwego. JPSO says. All right. So this came out on the 30th or whatever. So this is Westwego, Louisiana. It says a 4-year-old boy was fatally shot inside a vehicle as the adults with him smoked marijuana in the front seat Saturday night, January 29th, the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office said. So you got niggas in the car just smoking weed while this particular 4-year-old was getting shot, or was shot. Let's see. The tragedy occurred around 10:45 p.m. inside a vehicle parked in the 900 block of Stillwell Lane in unincorporated Westwego, JPSO spokescaptain Jason Vivarde said. According to investigators, 2 adults were smoking marijuana in the front seat while the 4-year-old and a younger sibling were in the back seat. The child was injured not by a hostile act, but by a negligent one. As the adults were smoking marijuana in the front seat, a shot was fired inside the vehicle that struck the victim, causing the fatal injury. The boy was transported to a hospital after deputies were called to the scene, but succumbed to his injury at the hospital, so he died at the hospital. Our investigators are still trying to determine who fired the shot. It is not believed to be self-inflicted. This investigation remains active and ongoing. No arrests have been made in the case thus far, and neither the dead child nor the adults accompanying him have had their identities disclosed. Alright. Now, so check this out though. When you listen to this video here, it is a slightly different story. But either way, still judgment. But here it goes.
Turning now, a 4-year-old child is dead after the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office says the child's younger sibling got a hold of a gun. It happened in the 900 block of Stillwell Lane in Bridge City Saturday night around 10:45 p.m. Sheriff Joe Lopinto says the boy was sitting in a car outside a home with 2 adults and his sibling, who is under the age of 10. Deputies say the 2 adults were smoking marijuana in the front seat when a shot was fired inside the vehicle, injuring the boy. He was transported to the hospital but died from his injuries. While they are still waiting for ballistics reports, Lopinto says they do believe the boy's sibling found the handgun in the car and fired the shot.
Any child under the age of 10, in this case a very young child, will not be criminally charged. The juvenile charges really come from a 10-year-old to the 18-year-old, and this is not the case in this situation. So we're talking about a very young child as a suspect in this case. We'll still do some forensic interviews and try to get additional information, but that's what we have so far. We normally tell people lock up their guns, don't keep them in their car for burglaries. We don't want criminals to get a hold of them, but this is a perfect case of not a criminal getting a hold of them, but a young child that ended up utilizing it and killing another child, and something that's going to be tragic for this family.
Sheriff Lopinto says they did speak with the parents of the child. So far, there have been no arrests in the case. We do not know if the adults smoking in the car are related to the children or not.
They believe that basically the other child possibly fired the other shot. Fired the shot to kill the 4-year-old or whatever. But either way, whether it was someone else who fired into the vehicle and shot the child, or the younger sibling got a hold to the gun and shot the child. I mean, either way, it's judgment from the Heavenly Father, okay? Because judgment is going out, and it's knowing no age, Well, whether you're old, whether you're 100 years old, or whether you 1-year-old, 2-year-old, or months old, okay? The judgment is going out, all right? This is Job chapter 4, verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perish being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Okay? So, no one is innocent. This is a question. Okay? Whoever perished being innocent, meaning none of us are innocent. Matter of fact, the scripture says that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory. Okay? So, none of us are actually innocent. All right? Matter of fact, the scripture says we were punished less than our iniquities deserve. Okay? So none of us are innocent. All right? Including me. Okay? If I walk out here and I end up getting shot or ran over or killed or whatever happens to me, I actually deserve it. Okay? This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? So this ain't just some random act, Yahweh Shem HaShai is the author of all things. He orchestrates it. Okay, he authorized that 4-year-old to be killed, to come on back to the spirit world. Okay, through whatever means. In this instance, through a gunshot. All right, it's just judgment. Okay. Now, like I said, we don't know if that particular child or that particular spirit had done anything to offend, or whatever. We don't know, but we just know that none of us are innocent, and we also know that, anything that happens in the earth is orchestrated and authorized by Yahweh Shem HaShai. We definitely know that. Okay? Now this is Job chapter 33, verse 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. Okay, so that particular younger sibling, Lord could have that night opened up his ears and put in and sealed in the instruction that, hey, you gonna get this gun and you gonna shoot your sibling. Okay, your brother or sister. All right, same thing with those men that's sitting in the car smoking weed. All right, or smoking marijuana, as they say. You gonna seal up their instruction. This is what you gonna do. You gonna be incapacitated. You're not even gonna be able to pay attention to what's going on because you're gonna be high. All right, or if it were someone who came up to them or drove by or whatever and shot into the vehicle, that particular instruction was sealed in them. So everyone's instruction were sealed in them to play out what the Lord wanted to happen. Okay? This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 18. At his commandment is done whatsoever pleaseth him, and none can hinder when he will save. All right? So when Yahweh Shem HaShai gives out a commandment for something to be done in the earth, it's going to happen, and it's going to please him. Okay? And none can disobey. Okay, whether you're old or young, whether little, whether you're a woman, man, baby, toddler, teenager, adult, whatever. Let's see. This is Sirach chapter 18, verse 1. He that liveth forever hath created all things in general. So we know it's talking about the Most High Yahweh, the Most High. Okay, the Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but He. All right, verse 3. Who governeth the world with the palm of His hand, and all things obey His will. For he is the King of all, by His power dividing holy things among them from profane. All right, and it says all things obey His will, from the smallest ant, okay, to Leviathan, okay, from the smallest ant to the giraffe that you see, to the ass, to the oxen, you know, to Esau, to Jacob, you know, to Moab, to Ammon, to the heathen nations. All right. You know, all things obey His will. The angels of heaven. All right. Everything obey His will. So if the Lord send the angel to come down and say, hey, I want you to take this child out and bring him on back to the spirit world, He's not going to question him. He's not going to say, he got the rest of his life to live. You know what I mean? It's just a child. What? Nope. He gonna obey. All things obey His will. If that's what He wants, that's what He wants. If that's what He wants, that's what's gonna happen. Okay? That's the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Alright. Sirach 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of Him that made them. Alright? So you got these hurricanes, tornadoes, nor'easter storms, you know, winter storms, wildfires, tsunamis, cyclones, any natural disaster. The Lord did it. If a dog come tear you up, the Lord did it. If a bear come tear you up, the Lord did it. A lion come tear you up, Lord did it. If you get stung or bit by a spider and you die, the Lord did it. Okay? There is nothing in this earth that the Lord does not do. Famine come in the land, the Lord did it. Meaning He gets the credit for all things. Righteousness, you know, the right in the earth and the evil and good in the earth. Why? Because He's the perfect balance. He is. All right? And in this case, this was a spirit that was created for vengeance because he had wrath that needed to be appeased. All right, and when He took him out, why? Because that was in His will. That's what He wanted, and you can't argue about it. Okay, but this is why I say judgment is going out, and judgment knows no age limit. Okay. But this is just a quick lesson on that. So call Allah Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Kakodash. Hope you edify. Shalom.